Welcome to LaVell Edwards Stadium for Golden Beverage coverage of the University of Utah as they enter their inaugural Pac-12 season. I'm Dusty Litzter. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the Holy War took a new chapter as the University of Utah, as we know, entered into the Pac-12. BYU went the independent route, and tonight, the Utes put a new stamp on this rivalry with the 54-10 routing of their rivals, the BYU Cougars. Many questions came this week for the University of Utah about the offense, about Jordan Wynn. What's he going to do? His arm is hurting him. He doesn't look like he has any zip on his ball. Little did we know that the best offense for the University of Utah was BYU's offense and special teams, because the Utes special teams and defense stepped up and really delivered for the Utes.
Defense played another, amazing game. I can't say it enough. They're just, they joke and tell us if we score 20, we're going to win, and I don't think they're joking anymore.
Guys just being fanatical to the ball. I mean, these guys are running like crazy. All the fumbles, there's guys hustling to the ball and things like that. So I guess that's just the way we do it, so it worked out for us.
And 7 turnovers?
It was 7? Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, it was meant to be, I guess. You can't really explain that.
Is that how many times they turn it over? That's like a video game.
It wasn't until late in the first half when the Utes offense really took over this ball game, because they had the 7 points from the defense on the scoop and score on the first drive for the game for BYU. But then in the 2-minute drill, Jordan Wynn came alive. Jordan Wynn was completing almost every pass he threw. They weren't the best balls, but they were catchable balls, and his receivers responded, and it was capped off with a Jake Murphy touchdown on bold coverage from the Cougars.
Yeah, I mean, I think that score right before the half was huge to give us the lead going into the locker room. And then we came out and just did what we needed to do and execute the offense.
I thought that 2-minute drill was definitely, what sparked us, especially going into halftime. Coach got us ready. We made a few adjustments, and then once we came out halftime, they were turning the ball over, and we was making plays on offense, and that's team football. That's what you got to do.
The Utes started with the football in the second half, and they started right where they left off, putting the ball in the air. Jordan Wynn with some pressure in his face, threw to the far sideline. Corby Eastman for the pick. He didn't get it. Dres Anderson caught it, went down the sidelines for a 59-yard touchdown, and the Utes extended their lead. After a Colton Peterson field goal, BYU made a change in their kickoff return game. They turned to J.D. Foslev, and that didn't turn out to be a very good decision, as Foslev, the kick went off his face mask. The Utes recovered it near the goal line, and then John White punched in for his first of not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns as we head into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, after another Peterson field goal, BYU was trying to scrape any type of hope for this fan base who was trying to enjoy their opening home game of the season. But then John White came back onto the scene, and he slammed that door as firmly as his runs.
Yeah, I mean, when you're up on a team, that's how you really, go for the kill, is you run the ball on them, and John White did a good job of really putting our foot down.
On John White long touchdown run, you can kind of tell by the way, when you blocking guys, and you can tell that, their heart was out of it. And that's what you look to do as a football team. Once you get a team down, you got to step on them. So that's something Coach preached, and that's why I was more proud about that. Once we got them down, we was able to continue.
And after the 2 big John White runs and BYU fans clamoring for Riley Nelson to come in for Jake Heaps, Riley Nelson turned around and fumbled, and it led to a VJ for Hochul score, and that gave us our final score for the Utes, 54-10. Now looking forward for the University of Utah, going into Pac-12 football, this team is pretty confident about where they're going.
Going into a rivalry game, you never really know what can happen. I mean, I said it earlier in the week, it would be nice to go out and, score every possession, and we almost did that, I think. I think we punted 1 time at the end right there. So, I mean, it feels good to get this win and, go into the bye week with this.
I mean, it's always good to go into bye week on a win, We'll look at what we didn't do well, try and fix those things, and try and look better when we play Washington.
We started tonight talking about the questions about Jordan Wynn. Jordan Wynn came in for Terrence Kane, where there's questions about Terrence Kane. But what Jordan Wynn did tonight was good enough for Devontae Christopher, and it should be good enough right now for the fans of the University of Utah.
Man, it means a lot, and I'm sure it means a lot to Jordan. Jordan gets a lot of criticism. He takes a lot of heat. And, as a team, we notice it and we see it, but that's our job, to stay confident and to keep confidence in him, because Jordan is a great player, and he got us this far. Y'all, I'm pretty sure Jordan's track record. Jordan is a great player. Sometimes he gets down on himself, and sometimes the media and everybody, criticize him. But Jordan is a mentally tough dude, and I'm glad the way he came out here and played today.
And after this game, a new chapter of the Holy War has been written. We came in tonight talking about 8 of the last 10 games have been decided by a touchdown or less. Well, now add 04, 08, and now 2011 to the other 3 games, all of which were routes for the Utes. For Golden Beverage coverage of the University of Utah, I'm Dusty Litzter. Thanks for joining us.